Today on Set Free, we're featuring our hand-blown ornaments from Egypt, and I have roped Shawn in, who's a volunteer and married to one of our staff, because he knows such exciting stuff about all this stuff that I wanted to tell you that. Because as a grandma, as a mom, I would never have bought all these sea ornaments. But now that I know the stories behind them, I want one of every one so that we can talk to our kids about them. So, Shawn, tell us about your orca. I know the orca is your favorite.
The orca is my favorite. They're one of the smartest animals in the world, and each family of orca is led by the grandmother of the family. And they create this family of their daughters and their granddaughters, and they form these really tight generational units where they pass down their knowledge. They show them how to hunt, where to go, and so they just create these really intensely tight bonds.
So, a circle of protection, a bunch of females. Cool. What about the alligator?
So, coming from Florida,
Yeah.
love alligators. Mama alligator will make a nest and bury the eggs. And when they're ready to hatch, they're still inside the eggs. The babies start chirping to each other to make sure that they're all synced up and ready to go. And once they are, they start calling for Mama, who will then come by and unbury them so that they can hatch and that they're safe.
Wow. And so tell me about the starfish.
Starfish are a little bit weird in the fact that a lot of them reproduce on their own. They'll actually just take off a section of one of their arms, and that will regenerate into a whole other starfish.
So if you were to pull an arm off, would it grow back like the lizards in Bangladesh that I grew up with, where we would pull their tail off and it would grow back? It'd be like cutting their hair. It didn't even hurt them.
In most cases, yes, the arm will grow back, and there are some, like I said, who that's how they reproduce. As long as they get a section of the center, you will end up with two fully formed starfish.
Tell us about those, about any
So,
of those.
well, dolphins actually, they're also one of the smartest animals in the world, and common misconception about the orca or the killer whale, they're not whales. They're actually in the same family as dolphins. They're porpoises, and they have a lot more brain development than a lot of other sea animals, given that they're mammals. So,
Isn't that where we learned how to do like ultrasounds and sonar and
right
all that
from
from
studying them, yeah.
dolphins? Yeah, because they communicate that way with each other, don't they?
hmm And actually, fun fact about them: mothers, while they're still pregnant, will give off a specific chirping sound so that the baby learns it while it's still growing, and then once it's born, it can listen for that specific chirp to find mama.
So just like we're told that when we're pregnant as women, our babies, when we sing to them, talk to them, rock our tummies, they are born knowing our voice because they've heard it for nine
Same
months.
thing.
Awesome. Okay, seahorse, which is, I think, one of our cutest ornaments. And I just find them fascinating. They are such an amazing creature in the ocean. They swim like that. I mean, they're just not the normal fish. I love them. Tell me about the seahorse.
So in seahorses, the males are the ones that get pregnant and give birth. They give birth to thousands of children all at once.
Yeah, I read 1,500, and they're pregnant for 4 weeks. And once they give birth, the babies swim off and they don't have to do any childcare, which doesn't seem fair at all. But
Blue whales are typically more solitary, although they do form small pods, but typically a child will stay with the mother for a number of years until it's of a size and can sort of find its way on its own.
this pufferfish, I never liked him before until I learned that the pufferfish, the daddy pufferfish, spends 9 days and it makes a sand pattern in the bottom of the ocean so that the eggs will not be bothered by currents. And I thought, what a protective example of a father, in this case, fish. And this one here has the ceramic, which means that they've blown color inside and then shaped it so that it's beautiful. And of course, the gold is the 14 karat gold. But now that I know that the father pufferfish is that protective and creative and sweet to his babies, now I like him.
Really, I just can't get over the detailing on all of these little gold. Every single one of these has these little gold, either studs or accent colors, and it really makes them pop along with those paints, like the blue inside of here. There's 5 or 6 different blues that are all
Mhm.
kind of intermingling with each other.
Mhm.
They look amazing.
when you see them making this, we visited the 10 factories in Egypt that make these, and they're literally putting every one of those spots on one by one by one. They blow the arms and then connect it to the body, but then they add every little dot, and it's just incredible to watch them do it. And then after it cools, then when it's the colorful ones where they're not see-through, there's a small hole here where they put the color in and shake it, and that's why no two are alike, and they're just really stunningly beautiful. Over here we have mermaids, and I'm not a mermaid fan, but we sell a lot of these mermaids and they're kind of cute. And I just want to give a shout out to Circle Tour 2025. Our theme is fun in the sun, SON. And so we have a mermaid and an ocean theme that we're going to be doing on our Circle Tour, which, if you know anything about our Circle Tours, it's where we take men and women overseas, 50, 30 to 50, 60 at a time, and we visit a different safe house every morning. We take part in their program in the morning. We go on outreach one night so that people see how we identify women in their place of captivity. We bring partners from all around the world who share in the evenings of the different programs, whether it's honor killings, rescues from that, or whether it's a safe house, or whether it's an orphanage, or whatever program that is. And so you get to meet the partners and you hear from them each evening. They stay with us where it's like a long weekend. It's a long week with 2 weekends on either end. And so you can start looking on our website for that and thinking about whether or not you want to be part of that. And I noticed last 2 years that sea themes are really popular in Christmas decor. And so it's kind of fun to do a Christmas tree that's just all sea stuff. But now that I know the stories, I would put all these on my tree and sit with my grandkids and talk to them and have them look up the stories because they are precious and incredible stories of how the animals, the dads and the moms take care of their babies and how that all happens. And so Shawn knows so much about all these sea animals. There's not one that he doesn't know. And that's what I would want my grandkids to learn about, the incredible diversity of life under the sea. And there's just a whole world there that we hardly really have investigated, even in America or in the world. It's really an untapped world. So we love our hand blown ornaments, but from our house to yours, this means war.